Hello, dear friends, this is Money. It's been a while since I connected with you through my videos, and I just thought today would be an auspicious day to do so because yesterday we passed through the 11-11-11 portal, which was a very powerful day energetically, and the energies were very high. And if you ask me, the energies were as strong as they are on a full moon. That's how I could connect with the energies, and these were really the energies of rebirthing, bringing in the new, getting rid of the old. So today on 12th 11 2018, I thought it would be an opportune time for me to connect with you again through my video. In this video, I'm going to be speaking about rebirthing and stepping into our own, moving into our own light, into our greatness. And for those of you who don't know me well as yet, just to give you a brief background about myself, I'm a spiritual healer. I work very closely with the ascended realm, with the ascended master realm, the angelic realm, and also the Akashic realm. I conduct a full course which is called Soul Design, which is an Akashic record facilitators trainers course which enables one to actually conduct Akashic record readings for your clients. So, and I also conduct a lot of spiritual healing courses, other self enhancement courses, and my company is called Money Healing and Consultancy International. It was originated in Hong Kong, and now we've spread our wings to India as well, and of course elsewhere. Well, to come back to the video, and where what I want to share with you in this video is about rebirthing. As I mentioned earlier, we've just crossed over the 11-11 portal. For some of you who may not, some of you watching this video may not be aware of what 11-11 is all about. Some of you may have come across a lot of articles on Facebook and social media and even on the web, just highlighting 11-11-11, and it's a huge day, blah blah blah. And some of those who are already healers and are aware of this phenomena and are already part of the new age consciousness, so to speak, or are trying to move from the third dimensional existence, so to speak, to fifth dimensional um, reality, are probably already working on it. But I think this energetic portal is not just for the few light workers. I think this energetic portal is available for the entire humanity, for entire planet, and it signifies that change. The energetic vibrations were very, very different yesterday. If you are sensitive enough to, if you're a sensitive soul, and if you're a light worker, you might have felt it already. And at all levels, even people who are not aware of it are going through some massive changes, or are going to go through some massive changes. um, so I'm going to talk about those changes in this particular video. um, Basically, this video is going to be about rebirthing and letting in the new in your life. When I mention rebirthing, what do I mean? Rebirthing means, in a way, rediscovering, recreating, remanifesting, reinventing yourself, just giving birth to a new you. And it's almost like a door has closed and you're going through a new journey, and a lot of you are going to be experiencing that. If you're not going through that already, you may come uh, you may come to face it soon enough. It does not always mean that that you'll be quitting your old jobs, or you'll be getting out of your old relationships and getting into new relationships or partnerships, or getting into a new business or whatever. It just means that you would be bringing in new energies. Essentially, it's about an energetic consciousness transformation, right? So you could be doing the same work, you could still be the same, you could still be in the same relationship with the same person, or you could still be staying in the same city. Perhaps physically you might not be going through those massive changes, but at an inner level, energetically, the changes are going to be huge, which promise to transform almost each and every aspect of your life. You will realize your manifestation powers are increasing. So, even if you are not a light worker, even if you're not a healer, you don't know much about this work, I'm also speaking to a lot of you right now, because more and more people um, are getting aware of the energetic strength, or the power that we carry within. More and more people are becoming aware that how easy it is for our thoughts to manifest into reality. I think at some point a lot of us are already experiencing it, and are getting confused that what's happening. I just thought about it and suddenly it's happened. For example, you might have just thought about a new job, and suddenly you meet up a friend for coffee, over coffee, and this person tells you about an opening um, at this new position in this new company that you were actually thinking about, and you're wondering to yourself, what just happened. I was just thinking about this yesterday. How is this possible? So yes, a lot of you are going to go through this, and I speak to a lot of you who are not yet on this healing journey, or are not yet fully aware of this kind of work. Because I do get a lot of people who are very new to this work, but they're very curious because you're going through a lot of changes in your personal life, in your professional life, and you don't know how to find answers. Some of you are getting sensitive to energy, some of you are getting sensitive to invisible energies, like feeling the presence of spirits, or feeling the presence of some spirit guides or some higher spiritual forces around you, and you just don't know where to find those answers, because the regular faith, or regular gurus don't provide those answers, right? So, through this video, I'm speaking to a lot of those people as well. So, this time is really a time of rebirthing, recreating, remerging. Um, it's almost like being a phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, when I say that, again, I want to emphasize, I'm not saying that at a visible level huge changes occurred. I'm not saying that you're going to leave your relationships. Sometimes a lot of people take it to mean that, or you're going to quit your old jobs, or you're going to close your old business and start a new venture. No, it does not mean that. It means just infusing new energies into whatever you're doing. So you may just start looking at your marriage or your relationship with a particular person, with a particular partner, with in a new light, you know because at your deepest, innermost, energetic, cellular, soul level, you're going through those changes, where a higher thought forms are going to take shape within you. So you will start looking at things from a space of love, from a space of light, with compassion. And when we start changing ourselves, the reality around us also changes. You might begin to infuse different kind of energies in the work that you're doing. So if you're a spiritual healer, or an author, or an artist, you could still continue doing the same work, but just with different from a different energetic space. You could be an actor and decide that now I want to switch the way I portray my roles, and your work might just skyrocket. You might just find, if you haven't been very successful, you might just find that when you bring in these new kind of energies into your work, new kind of thought forms into your work, you just attain a different level of success. This is going to happen to a lot of us right now. It's going to be a time of big change in a way we do things, in a way we connect with people. Yes, in a lot of ways, 11/11/2018 portal also signifies leaving the old behind, closing the doors. So some of you might be going through, some of us are going through, where we are leaving our old relationships, old friendships, old ties, behind, and stepping into the light. It's like stepping into this. Just visualize, close your eyes and visualize a door that's opening up for you, which is full of light. There's only light behind this door. And when I talk about this new time that is emerging, this is what it's going to feel like. It does not mean it's going to be all only positive. I'm not going to be very fluffy about the whole thing. End of the day, it's life, and we are on this planet earth going through a human experience. Yes, we might be connected to other realms, ascended master realm. We might have our third eye, kundalini awakened, and all that stuff. We might be very spiritually evolved people, but at the same time, we have to realize that we are having this human experience. So we might be stepping into light, does not mean that's going to be all a joyride. End of the day, life is a roller coaster. You may have ups and downs, but it'll be a different you. And a different you, by saying it'll be a different you, I mean it'll be still perhaps you may start looking differently as well, actually, because when we go through some spiritual changes, deep inner changes, our face changes, our skin texture changes. We People may start reacting to you differently. You may start getting compliments of people. Oh, you look so different. Have you gone through a makeover? No, you've just gone through a spiritual makeover and an energetic makeover. You may not even have you probably have not even done a detox plan, but you will still start looking so different because spiritually you're going through a makeover. Yeah. So this is what this time signifies. And some of you may find that your intuitive powers are increasing. You will become highly sensitized during this time to energies. So when you walk into a room, even if you have not been a very sensitive person, you might just scan people just like that and know that what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and you may just know the energetic resonance of that room, of that gathering, and that may affect you also, because the more sensitive we become initially, when we are not very well equipped or not very aware of what's happening with us, we may become very sensitive to these things, and these things may become scary. Some of you may have a lot of dream communications during this time, and a lot of you may also get intuitive hits to bring to redesign, restructure your work. For example, so if you're a healer, if you're a practicing healer and an advanced healer, perhaps you're a teacher yourself, you might just become privy to some ancient knowledge or spiritual knowledge that you feel you've not read about, you've not studied anywhere, but it's just given to you. A lot of people will go through this as well. Okay. And if you're some of you who may be doing like regular jobs in an office, whatever different kind of jobs, being a banker or just maybe even an engineer or whatever, you may feel more spiritually inclined now, right? And also this inner urge to bring more love and compassion and peace in your dealings with people will start surfacing. Okay, because this is the time, this time signifies a time of peace, a time of energetic evolution of consciousness. And when our consciousness evolves, we essentially start living from a state of love and compassion and peace. And this is inner peace. You may still have turmoil and chaos going on in the external world around you, but you will still be able to center yourself in peace and act act with wisdom and restrain at that time, whereas in the past you might have reacted differently or with anger, so all those things may happen. You may also feel a need to bring peace in your previous relationships or friendships, so you may try to befriend an old partner or old friends who maybe you've had scuffles with or whatever. So a lot of things, a lot of changes. At the same time, I also want to mention that for a lot of us, a lot of karmic debts are cleared after this 11 portal. So for those of you, now I'm speaking to people who are already on a journey, already on a spiritually guided journey, and moving towards their evolution, their higher evolution. Now I'm speaking to them. So for those of us, 11 and actually this process began in August, I would say, uh, there's an end to your karmic debts, ancestral karma, because when we are in this human body, having this human experience, we are also carrying our ancestral karma with our current human family, karmic debts with people from previous lifetimes, past, present, and future, multidimensionally. So a lot of us have ended those. So now we have the right to create a totally new reality. We could still be part of the same human family, right? But the drama will come to an end, and we will just be living with love and compassion and forgiveness, and we will feel lighter because the load of that karmic debt, this ancestral karma, is now released. We've done, we've the give and take has happened with the parents, families, our own families, our partners, our in-laws, and previous partners and husbands and wives and all that. So a lot of that karmic give and take has already taken place for those of us who are already living from an evolved state of consciousness. For those of us who still have work, I'm not saying that we don't have work to do, but for those of us who are not yet on that path yet, but are just getting onto that path and I'm very curious, for you, of course, a lot more changes, intuitive. Intuitive gifts awakening, clairvoyant gifts awakening. You may feel invisible forces around you and you're getting sensitive to all that. So this is what this 11 portal will signify. And it also signifies, of course, a lot of, I haven't mentioned love and romance and twin flame. That's reserved for another video, which I'll be doing soon enough, next week. And so I know a lot of you want to know about your twin flame journey. A lot of us are on our twin flame journey, and I would talk about that next week. All right, so I'll see you guys next week, and in the meantime, enjoy these energies, soak in these energies. If you feel tired, if you um, let it be, get some rest. If you want to, if you feel energetic enough to run or do a lot of exercise, different people will react differently to these this whole amount of golden light energy pouring through right now. So if you feel like exercising, work out, do that. Just let your feelings, let your body decide. Also learn to tune into the wisdom of your body. Our body is a very wise tool given to us by God, our holy creator. So start listening to it, start talking to it. And also I would just end this video on on a note of love, compassion, and forgiveness. So I would just like all of you to just close your eyes. Think of anyone that you want to think of who you feel you've had not a very pleasant experience with, or you have released from your life, but you still feel some cords of anger, resentment that are connecting you with those people. They could be friends, they could be family, they could be business partners, they could be ex-colleagues, whoever, right? Think of those people who are in your consciousness yet still, and are attached to you through cause of anger, resentment, and you've not had very pleasant experiences, and you've released those relationships, but a little string of anger and resentment and pain and suffering is still there in your energy stream. I would like you to close your eyes and think of those beings, and I would like you, and I would like all of us to send golden light of love and compassion to those people. Visualize all those beings around you, right in front of you. Send the golden light of love and compassion and peace to all those beings. And say in your mind or aloud, I have now finished my karmic attachment and debts towards you. I now release you fully and completely. I send you love, compassion. I forgive you, and I humbly and lovingly seek forgiveness from you for any actions that I may have committed that hurt you in this lifetime or any previous lifetime. I also seek forgiveness from any words and thoughts that may have hurt you, and I release you fully and completely in love, light, and compassion. I now choose to move forward on my life path with grace and dignity, just as I wish the same for you. Thank you. Amen. Alright, guys, I'll see you again next time with my next video. So continue rebirthing, continue creating new magic and new miracles in your life. Thank you. This is Money Goel.